Hey, I'm Dr. Jasmine Zinck. For those who don't know me, I have a PhD in spiritual healing, and lots of prophetic things have been happening in my outer world to allow the influence of God's presence to be more profound in my inner world. And I want to share this with you today. So early this morning, I was taking a walk, and I'm talking about I just woke up. I was walking my puppy, and I look up at the moon, and it had a radiance around it. So at first glance, it looked like an apple that was bit. And I was like, that's interesting. Okay, so I gather that you want me to talk about something. And then I was told, look up again. And it was a book that was open with words. And I said, okay. And inside, the Spirit told me, I want you to teach the Bible. And I pray about everything, of course. I want to begin immediately, but it has to be a certain something. And while I was in the shower, Spirit comes to me again and says, you're right about the apple, but it's going to be about the beginning. And I smiled, because of course, in the beginning, a lot of times it is taught about sin, but how I understand the beginning, it is about Adam and Eve having a connection with God so profound. They walked with him in the garden. And there was this one day that Eve was walking, and she spoke with the serpent that many call Satan. And remember, he said, surely you won't die. You'll only gain knowledge of the gods, good and evil. So he's making it seem like he knows, as if he is also a god, right? And there's many times that I hear people who say that they are spiritual. They're not God-like, because nobody would ever say that they are a god. For we co-create while we're down here in flesh. And the only way to have a correct heart posture, and Eve did not at that moment, her curiosity, her self-righteousness got the best of her. Because she, of course, was she was deceived, because she thought she was also speaking to someone who knows more than her. And she actually had God who knows all. And what she lost was love. And what the meaning of this in the beginning is, yeah, there was chaos and disorder, and I'm blessed to be here now, holding this device, not having to knock on many shacks of doors, because remember, many years ago, they did not live like us. They did not have firm foundations. And as we saw just a few months ago, how the hurricane sweeps firm foundations that were man-made easily away. But the foundation that cannot be swept away in this lifetime or beyond is one relationship with God. And I want to introduce you to Jesus Christ the Son of God, who died and was born again, resurrected, so we can be born again. And the other day, it came to me, Jesus and I were talking, and I said, so even if someone thinks they know you, and they're not in that high elevations of frequency, which is the love, the joy, the peace, the true prosperity, being in God's glory. I said, I tell people, just look up and raise your hand and say, Jesus, I want to know you. And he came to me and I saw him. And he said, yes. And I said, does it matter which hand that we lift up? Because I lifted up my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. I usually reach that out to the public. And I know that he's on the right hand of God. He's our wonderful counselor. And he said, no, you can lift up both. Or in energy. Just look up. Just look up and say, I lift myself up to you. And he's right there. Because it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Our physical, worldly perception of what is going on around us. Just know that Jesus Christ still has his hand stretched outward to you. May you have a focused victory day.